a Walking Dead season 9 character death prediction. So I want to make this short, and I'm just gonna talk about also just the titles. So episode 9 will be called Adaption. Episode 10 will be called Omega. So I wonder if it'll be like another Whisper, either an Alpha and Beta called Omega. So like maybe Joshua. In the comics, Joshua dies immediately, but apparently there's like a new guy named Joshua that's gonna live for a bit. Bounty, Guardian, Checkpoint. So Adaption obviously is related to the Whispers. Um, like them adapting. Yeah. Anyways, so my first character death prediction, I think, like I'm just gonna do a few because I'm not gonna name all. How many was there? Like 12 of them in the comics. I'm just gonna name a few. So some of them have to be kind of background characters. Not all of them have to be really big main characters. So Tammy Rose died in the comics. I think it'll either be Tammy Rose, Earl Sutton, even though he's still alive in the comics, but he's not related to Tammy Rose though. Or the friend of Ken. I can't remember his name, but in the very first episode of, if I see it, I don't know. The very first episode of The Walking Dead season 9. There's Ken. Remember he dies and he's the son of Tammy Rose and Marco. That's his name. He's the son of Tammy Rose and Earl. Marco is like the guy with long hair. He, I think, could die, but I mean, he's only been in the very first episode. I wonder why they never brought him back. Kind of want them to. It kind of reminded me of from the Flash. What's his name? Vibe or whatever. His I can't remember his real name. Vibes or Vibe or whatever. Anyways, next it's either like I know I'm not picking a certain character. I'd be like, okay, this is him, but I don't know. Either Ezekiel or Carol, because the comics Ezekiel dies, and then but right now in the show, Carol and Ezekiel they're kind of like making this all like we're gonna live together, we're gonna blah blah blah, we're gonna be happy together. So one of them has to die, and I'm more on the Ezekiel side, but I mean maybe neither of them die. Alden, he's a goner, he's dead. They kind of closed off the Maggie and him thing, gave him with Enid, from with Enid. But yeah, Alden, he's dead. Henry, I think he could die too. Honestly, I don't really care for him. And yeah, I don't know. I think he could die as well. And now, so instead of Ezekiel and Carol, it would be Henry, because you wouldn't suspect Henry dying, right? So instead of Ezekiel and Carol, I think Henry will die. And who else? It's Rosita, Eugene, or Gabriel. So in the comics, Gabriel dies after the Pike death. He dies like on a water tower. But in Eugene in the show already, he was already on the water tower. He seems like he's taking. It seems like Gabriel and Eugene are taking each other's spots in the show, because in the comics, Eugene and Rosita were like dating and like getting married and stuff. Even though she wasn't into Eugene, she was into Sadiq, which they might follow later on. I don't know, maybe season 10 or end of season 9, because it's the Whisper stuff. If they want to do it. So I feel like they're switching spots. So then Rosita in the comics was the one to die, but well, I guess she could still die because Eugene and Gabriel because Eugene has shown signs that he's interested in Rosita. So they could be fighting over one girl, and then, it sucks for them. That one girl's dead. So, I think she would be the one to die. And then Judith, she's definitely dead. She's no part in the show. I'm just kidding. No, she's not going to die. She's not going to die. But I'm pretty sure in episode 9 or 10 or something like that, Judith and Negan will see each other. Because when Negan escaped. Or, has he escaped yet? Can't remember. Bye, peace out. Hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe, like for more. Bye, peace out.